Okay, today we are playing a game on Ilios. We are in the Silver SR range, and we will be playing Trash Mouse the entire way through. But first, an update on the GoFundMe that I've been plugging for the last few weeks. Here we go.
Hi guys, sorry if you were expecting Trilby's deep voice. I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Malkyria. I'm one of Trilby's friends / mods for his Discord server. And you might have seen my face pop in and out. Anyway, I just wanted to give my thanks to everyone because the GoFundMe that was being featured on Trilby's channel was a rousing success. I got to book the flight to Japan, and I'm gonna see my brother this summer. So that's a really, really, really big thing, and I just wanted to give you guys my utmost gratitude for making this happen. You guys are awesome. Trilby's awesome. Trilby's subscribers are awesome. And I just, this is insane. This is great. So, I just wanted to let you guys know that this trip means a lot to me, and I just wanted to thank you guys for making it happen. So, yeah, I should go. Alright. Bye, guys. Thanks again.
Great job, team. We did it. Thank you to everyone who donated. I was very blown away by the outpouring of support that everyone had, almost immediately as well. So, thank you everyone who donated. Now, let's watch Trash Mouse on Ilios. So, we are fucked up the double mine immediately, which is a bit of a bad start. It's alright. No one saw, except for everyone who just saw. It's okay. So, we have determined that they have a Farah. This is very upsetting to us as Junkrat, obviously. So, first off, just, throw the trap out somewhere. I'm sorry, I forgot. According to Overwatch League, that's a censored word now. So, I will refer to it as the bamboozle from there on. So, there's a point later on that really upset me with just how long we sat around not using that cooldown. So, we've gotten, way close to D.Va, which is not recommended, because D.Va would love nothing more than for us to be close to her, really. She being a very short-range hero, we as Junkrat can be quite far away from people and still be hitting. This is, in fact, part of what makes Junkrat strong, is that he doesn't even have to actually be in your line of sight to still be hitting you. We've come up really close to the enemy team, and as a consequence, we almost died to Bridget. We didn't quite, but we've been standing, mad aggressively up. Now our team is starting to push them back, so now we're actually, way behind our team. Just be firing. Just, always be firing. And just, there's no reason to be firing over there. We want them in, peak annoyance location, which is, right here. Drops right down on top of them. Or just, over the wall, around the corner. This is not so much the peak annoyance angle. Because, they can just see all the bombs around that side and go the other way around. Where if they're just sort of in the general area, that's much more annoying. Also, you want to, vary up the angle, which we're starting to do now, which is good. We are, mad far back. Our team are very far up right now. We don't really want to be as far up as our team is normally, right now, but at the same time, if your team are going to go and stand somewhere stupid, the best thing you can do is go stand somewhere stupid with them, because otherwise, they're just, fighting a man down, and then they can just kill all of them and come over to you. We haven't really done anything the entire time that we've been all the way back here. I don't think... Oh, God, the cursor's been on the screen. Oh, God damn. We haven't really done much of anything the entire time we've been sat back out here. I don't think the hit marker went off at all. So, like, we should have just been up there with our team, actually, like, shelling an area that has some people in it. Because we've just been doing nothing most of this time. Our team have just been off doing playing 5v6, essentially. Yeah, we've been, like, bombing the area, but it's done nothing. It's done no damage, if any damage at all. I swear to God, I'm fucking haunted, because I keep looking over here, like, oh, my cat is, going at my arm. And I look over, nope. Cat's over on the fucking bed. So, nope, he's not doing anything, so there's definitely a ghost in the house, is the moral of the story. Maybe he's the one that fucked with the boiler. It's leaking everywhere. Anyway, so, we've got the tire. Tire's cool. Don't even have to wait for a team fight to be happening, because it just kind of, like, kills people, usually. The movement speed nerf, largely imperceptible. I've not been able to really notice the difference speed-wise. I feel like Junkrat, I know Junkrat got worse. His play rates and, win rates suddenly, spiked right down after the nerfs, but it's very hard to appreciate the nerf, really, unless you're a Junkrat player, probably, because from my perspective, Junkrat seems to be largely the same. But, I guess I'm not a Junkrat player. So, we've come up to stand on the point. We don't have to stand on the point. We got tanks down here to stand on the point for us right now. And this is the thing with, King of the Hill maps, well, a lot of objectives in general, is that the objectives is often the scariest place to stand, because it's where the enemy team are going to be directing most of their focus. So if you don't have to stand on the objective, you're better off not standing on the objective, especially as a DPS or a support. That's what tanks are for. They go contest the objective so we don't have to. So we can just hang around the rim, firing at people instead. This is especially true for maps like Ruins and Sanctum as well, because think about the geometry of the map, right? It's a box in a box. So you in the box are just getting shot at from every which way possible, and everywhere is scary and nowhere safe, and it's all very upsetting indeed. So, I don't recommend standing on the objective, particularly on Ruins and Sanctum, because they are incredibly hostile objectives to stand on. But in general, usually, if you don't have to stand on the objective, you often don't want to stand on the objective, because that's where most people will be directing their focus. It's better to be, hovering around the rim. Throw that ruse out somewhere. You gotta be bamboozling people with this E ability over here. It's just throw it out there. Even if it's not a great spot, right? It's better out there doing something than nothing, right? That whole time, it's only an 8-second cooldown. We could have put 2 down in the span of that time since I started bugging you about it. It's very common for Junkrat and Widowmaker players to, not put their traps out, their bamboozles out somewhere, which leads to, just, a very inefficient use of cooldowns, really. I do like that we're throwing, mines in there quite frequently, because, it's one of those things where, you don't want the cooldown sitting around doing nothing. You want to, be doing extra damage with it. At the same time, though, be careful doing stuff like this, because this is the kind of thing that can save an enemy team, right? If fights happening and you just blast them straight up into the sky, that's the kind of thing that can save the enemy team rather than actually kill them. Usually you want to try and execute someone with the mine. You can just chuck it in there to do extra damage, but if you're going to do so, be sure that you aren't going to, blast them away from your team and end up saving them instead. It's one of the abilities in the game that can end up saving the enemy rather than killing them. For another example, see Bridget's hook shot. Whip shot. That's the one. It's hook range, but it's not a hook effect, you know? It's late. It's late, and I'm thirsty. And I've been awake for a long time, so I've got to drink coffee now. And, it's like 4 or 5 in the morning right now. I gotta get up at 7, so it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day today. So anyway, over there we see Baguette bullying Tracer. Tracer's now dead. So hold on, there was a thing I wanted to point out here. This is not peak annoyance angle again, because this is just kind of throwing bombs into an area hoping someone walks into them, which they're unlikely to do. At least if they're playing well, which we should always assume the enemy team is going to do. So, just throwing them straight ahead, you gotta do more geometry. It's a harder shot, but we want to be bounce them off the back wall or this wall here, because then they'll go off that direction, which is where the enemy team is going to be. Whereas us just, like, throwing them, like, straight over, it's unlikely to get anybody unless they're stupid enough to just walk into the bombs. Which we don't, we should not assume the enemy team are just going to be dumb and kill themselves on us, really. So we've come all the way over. We are, like, mad close. We've come up into Winston's range. It's just, again, one of those things where, like, if you don't need to be directly next to somebody, you usually shouldn't be. It's like when you see a soldier walking into the people they're shooting at, or a Zenyatta walking into the person they're shooting at. That's a very bad habit. Junkrat, you know, if you're right up on him, it's a lot easier to hit him with the bombs, that much is true, but you should just kind of get better at hitting them with the bombs from further away, really. So, Pharah is very inconvenient for us. Genji we're not overly scared about. Please throw that E out somewhere, because, good lord, please, please, this cooldown's been doing nothing for so long. Please put that E out somewhere. Nowhere. We could have put like 5 of them down in this period of time. But no, we have done nothing. Now we have, finally, we could have put like 7 traps down during that. 7 bear catchers down in that time. You know. So it's a very poor efficiency. Again, not really peak annoyance angle, because, well, I mean, we start misaligning it, like, you know, it's good enough. If it bounces off the wall, they'll bounce over there into them. D.Va's walked forward onto the bear catcher, which is now a mech catcher, I suppose. And now we're going to send the tire off, fair enough. Pharah starts using barrage, so we just kind of try and get somebody with it, which I suppose is fair enough, because barrage is going to break the tire quite quickly. Throw that E down. Primal Rage Winston, he ain't going to see you throw it down. It's pretty easy to get a Winston to run onto it using Primal Rage. And a snared Winston in Primal Rage is just about the most tragic sight you can possibly see. So, you know, just throw it out there. Just have it out there be doing something rather than doing nothing. So it looks like we walked forward trying to throw the mine at Baby D.Va, but unfortunately it was on cooldown. So we were unable to do so. Just, like, try to, like, be firing a lot as Junkrat, you know? You don't really want, like, periods of downtime where you're just kind of, like, not doing much. Junkrat's thing is that, like, he does a lot of AoE damage and area suppression, so it's just, like, be firing, like, basically the entire time. That's kind of how Junkrat is. So, this is a scary use of company resources, because, we go up, we throw the mine in. This is not likely to do anything except scatter everyone. And again, we don't want to, like, risk saving people, right? But then we use the other mine to just do extra damage. Now we don't have the other mine to run away. Now we have to wait for it to get off cooldown, and, we just slide in here to use the tire. Not a great time to use the tire, because a bunch of people just died outside. So this is not a good time to use the ultimate, because even if we kill, like, 3 people with it, most of our team is still dead. So, that's not a good time to use the tire. So, the thing with using the second mine is that if you don't have your second mine, you can't use it to run away, right? So that makes it a lot scary. That makes things a lot scarier, because you do need the mine to run away from people. So if you're going to use the second mine and have no mines, you need, like, a pretty good reason to do so. And just kind of, like, chucking it into a nest of enemies, like, hoping it does something, isn't really a great use of it. So here again, we're walking into the D.Va, who would love nothing more than for us to be right next to her, because she has shotguns as her weapons. Again, try not to walk into the people you're shooting at. It's a bad habit for basically all heroes that don't have shotguns. If you're, like, trying to creep up on a Mercy, I suppose, but that's a weird situation to be in as Junkrat, honestly. Secondary follow-up, our team aren't here right now. Don't go in fighting people before your team is finished regrouping, because you're just likely to die by yourself, and then your team are going to be fighting while you're dead, which is also not great, because it'll be 5v6. Double Mine went a lot better that time. Our Baguette is using Rally right now. Rally's a pretty cool ultimate. We're pretty good at fighting Baguette, but you gotta be careful for getting shield bashed. Again, we're walking into these people. Bridget and Winston definitely want us to walk into them, because then Bridget's just like, easiest money of my entire life. try not to walk into the people that you're shooting at, especially if they want you to be close to them, like Diva, Baguette, Winston, Reaper, Roadhog. There's a lot of heroes that want you to be close to them. You don't really want to be close to them as a DPS, because they'll usually beat you up, and you don't want to get beat up, especially a Bridget. She'll really beat you up. Small Reinhardt, much scarier than big Reinhardt. So a lot of our team are dead right now. You know, it's touch the point or lose territory. Very upsetting. Pharah in the game. Not much you can do about that as Junkrat unless you're a god and can do just absolutely legendary amounts of math. So we have silver damage, but we have no other metal, which is very upsetting. If you don't have an elimination medal, that's usually a sign, especially as a DPS anyway. If you have like a damage medal but not an elimination medal, that usually means that you're just doing a lot of meaningless trash damage that isn't actually converting into anything. Because ultimately this game is about killing people, right? Like, yeah, it's about capturing the objective in practical terms, but the thing is, you have... Really, this is the play of the game. Like, yeah, it's about capturing the objective, but the thing is, if the entire enemy team isn't dead, you can't capture the objective. It's not enough to just touch the objective, you have to be, like, dominating the space of the objective. So, the game is about killing people. So we don't really want to do a bunch of just trash damage, we want it to actually convert into kills. So if you have a damage medal, but no eliminations medal, that's usually a sign that you need to be trying harder to actually, like, get kills, rather than just do damage. Now, Junkrat, it's not, like, terribly shocking to have, like, gold damage and, like, bronze or silver eliminations, but, like, if you haven't got an elimination medal, that's usually a sign that you need to be trying to actually focus on killing people. So, the things that stand out the most, walking into people that we're shooting at, that want us to be close to them, and we don't want to be close to them. Don't do that. Secondarily, we gotta be, like, actually actively engaging in the fight more. We spend a lot of time just kind of, like, hovering in the periphery, not really engaging with the fight. The first round, where our team is pushing up and we're way far back, we're not doing anything. We didn't do anything for like an entire minute of the game, which is really bad. We should have been up there actually fighting people. Even like the start of the second round, we decided we're going to slink around the side, and then we just remove ourselves from the fight for a good while, trying to sneak around the side. My cat's apparently broken his fucking leg, and like, he's just laying forlornly in front of... Well, he's broken all of his legs except one, I suppose. He's laying forlornly in front of his food dish, like trying to pull it over to him because he can't just stand up and go over and eat it. You know, I have a cat, and I'm still not entirely certain they actually exist. What strange creatures they are. So, don't walk into people you're shooting at. Try to be more actively engaging in the fight that's currently happening, especially as someone like Junkrat, who really thrives in just, like, throwing a bunch of shit into the team fight, rather than spending a bunch of time slinking around the periphery, not, like, actively engaging with it. And then thirdly, put that fucking bear catcher down. God damn it. So thank you very much for watching. If you did, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them. Thank you again to everyone who donated to the GoFundMe. Very much appreciative. Couldn't have done it without you. And I hope you found the video helpful.